Adanna had become a legend. Her name traveled beyond rivers, across kingdoms. But the higher you rise, the more the wind pushes against you. What Adanna didn't know was that someone very close to her envied everything she had become. Months had passed since the village moved to safer lands. The new settlements flourished. Crops grew richer, rains came earlier, and strangers journeyed from distant villages just to meet the girl who could hear the gods. But not everyone celebrated her gift. Deep in the corner of the village lived a girl named Chika. She was the chief's niece, beautiful, smart, and born into respect. But once Adanna rose to fame, all eyes left Chika. The boys who once chased her now sat quietly whenever Adanna spoke. Even the chief listened more to the girl with the ears than to his own blood. Jealousy burned like hot pepper in Chika's chest. "She's not special," Chika whispered to herself. "She just got lucky." And from that moment, she made a dangerous plan. One afternoon, a group of warriors from a nearby kingdom visited the village. They brought gifts, yams, gold dust, and cloth. But they didn't come for trade. They came with a request. "Our kingdom," their leader said, "has been suffering from a terrible curse. People are falling sick. Animals are dying. Rivers are turning bitter. We heard of the girl who hears the gods. We beg you, send her to us." The chief looked to Adanna. "Child, will you go?" Adanna nodded slowly. "Yes. If the gods lead me, I will follow." Chika smiled slyly. That was her chance. That night, she crept into the warrior's hut and whispered lies. "She cannot be trusted," Chika said. "Her ears, they hear dark spirits too. She brings blessings, yes, but also curses." The warriors looked at each other. Doubt entered their minds. "What should we do?" one asked. "Test her," Chika said. "And if she fails, take her ears." The next morning, Adanna was led into the cursed kingdom. The land was truly dying. Trees were blackened. Wells were dry. Children coughed in their mothers' arms. Adanna listened. Her ears twitched. The whispers of the wind told her something. "There's something buried beneath the king's palace," she said. "A golden drum. It was stolen from the forest spirits. That's why this land is sick." The king's face turned red. "Lies," he roared. "No such drum exists." But Adanna stood firm. "If you dig beneath the throne, you'll find it." The king ordered a dig. And just as she said, a golden drum, cracked and glowing, was found buried under layers of stone. The palace guards were stunned. The people cried out in praise. But the king's pride couldn't take it. He felt ashamed, humiliated. He turned to his warriors. "Take her. Her ears are too powerful. She knows too much." Adanna ran. She fled into the forest, chased by men with spears and bows. She climbed hills, crossed streams. Thorns cut her feet. Branches tore her dress. And as she collapsed near an old shrine, the wind around her changed. She heard the voice of the guardian of echoes again. "Adanna," it said, "you were not meant to be worshipped. You were meant to serve. Power can blind others. But don't let it blind you too." Tears ran down her face. "I only wanted to help. You did. But now, you must make a choice, stay in the shadows and protect, or chase fame and be haunted." Adanna bowed her head. "I will serve," quietly. She returned to her village in secret. Her mother cried with joy, thinking she had died. The chief begged for forgiveness, having heard what happened. Chika was exposed. The warriors confessed her betrayal. She was sent away, never to return. But Adanna, she changed. She no longer walked with pride. She no longer sat with the elders or wore special beads. She lived simply, listening only when the gods whispered. People still came with questions, but she answered only when truly needed. She didn't chase honor. She became a silent protector. And strangely, she became even more respected. Because now, they saw not just her gift, but her heart. Moral lesson. In life, your greatest gift can also become your greatest test. But true power isn't in being praised, it's in staying humble when you have every reason not to. So the next time someone laughs at your difference or tries to break your spirit, remember Adanna. The girl who heard the gods and chose service over spotlight. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring African tales every week. Because every story carries a lesson, and you never know which one might change your life.